Hello, guys. We have here with us today an extraordinary woman, Raluca Cibu Buzak. She has many stories to tell us, a business coach, and she's really professional. But I will let her to introduce herself. Thank you, Raluca, for accepting my invitation today.
Thank you, Bogdana. Thank you for the overly generous introduction. Thank you for opening this type of interviews to the world. I really believe that it is perfect timing to do that. Indeed, I am CEO and founder of Luminspino Consulting. I have been working for over 20 years now in economic development, and this year I decided to open my own enterprise and to follow basically the passion that is calling me in this direction.
That's extraordinary, really, and I congratulate you for that.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell me, what was your challenges in this time, in this hard time for everybody?
Well, I believe that the most heartfelt difficulty during this time was related to how I prioritized what I want to do in my life, and somehow this moment of pandemic somehow it quieted down our lives, and we were left in a place where we only looked in the mirror, and this looking into the mirror is a moment of truth, and this facing ourselves. I believe that this one was definitely one of the challenges of these times. Last year, I mean, when all of a sudden our livelihoods were threatened. We didn't know how much and for how long. But by all means, we needed to go back to ourselves. And when you go back to yourself, then it's the matter of how you find what you find there. And I took this journey of introspection and this journey of looking into what I am passionate about, what my heart is wishing for, what I know to do, how to do, what I can be of use in this world, And even if on one hand it's not an easy exercise, because most of it you need to do it by working with yourself. On the other hand, I must share this. I noticed that during the most trialing times last year, I kept in touch with most of my closest friends and connections. We talked on the phone, we talked by email, we had video chats. So actually the true alliances not only were kept, but they evolved and they prospered.
It's a great thing to introspect, to work on introspection, to work on ourselves. It's really important, and to not forget to reinvent ourselves and to adapt to the times and to the period we are living in. So after all, we need to move on. And tell me about speaking about reinventing yourself. How is to start a business during this time when everybody says that the economy obviously have dropping down and it's not such a prosperous time. Everybody is scared about their jobs, losing the stability. how is to start a new business in this time?
Well, indeed, it's a sort of a paradox, but I feel that it has been a really wise choice. Actually, for me, the moment arrived. It just happened that the moment arrived, and I realized that it's vital to make this change. Without any second thoughts, I said, okay, this is the moment that I need to take this train, So because the inner calling was so strong, then I said, well, it doesn't matter that it is this crisis, because if we look in the past, there was always some difficult time. It was never just roses and pink road ahead. Every time there is one type of financial crisis, then it's environment crisis, then maybe it's political crisis. I mean, every time maybe it's not the right moment, but at the same time every moment is the right moment if we want to follow a path and to follow a calling and to make ourselves useful, because especially during these times of change, we need to be very present in the lives of other people, present, and to give the best of us. Because in these times of changes, there are so many new arising opportunities that we need to do our best. We need to think differently, act differently, and by all means do it. Not wait, not wait and not think, oh, shall I do it or not? No, just do it. It's even if sometimes it's unpredictable or you don't know what will be lying ahead, it is better than to sit in the same place without moving or without bringing something good with your work.
I totally agreed. I am the promoter of this concept. I applying this in my life, in my personal, in my business life, and for sure, we also put even more efforts to bring more value with what we do. So I totally understand, because it is an opportunity, and for those who really want to offer and has something important to offer or something quality, it's important that they need to act, because if they don't act, nothing can happen. Also, by my experience.
Absolutely, yes, I know, absolutely.
And speaking about action, what action or marketing strategies did you apply to promote your business or to launch your new fresh business?
Well, first and foremost, in the previous month, a few months, like a couple of months, I did a very detailed mapping of the services that I would like to offer with Luminspino Consulting. And that map became actually the basis of the webpage that we built and launched at the end of March. Actually, the 31st of March was the first day of Luminspino officially kicking off and launching its presence on the Romanian market, and not only. Well, I like to use a lot LinkedIn to promote not only Luminspino, but as well events or articles or any information that I would like to share with my network. Of course, I use Facebook as well. And recently I got also the chance to prepare a movie with a partner from Germany who is who created a series of movies about Romania, and one of the movies was dedicated to Luminspino and to the location and the context of Timișoara for growing and starting actually such a business. So web, social media, and yes, some a movie, a brief movie.
Yeah. So you did exactly right, targeting your market, identifying, targeting, and being in the right place where are your customers. And speaking about this, tell us, share with us the story of Luminspino.
Luminspino is coming from the place where we understood that the entrepreneurial and innovation ecosystem of Romania, first of all, is ready and eager to receive more advanced consulting services. Usually in Romania, we had a lot of consulting mainly related to EU funding available in the country, European Union funding for Romania. But in the past 3 years, mostly, I noticed that our companies needed more complex consulting. So that is why Luminspino is focusing on, and it's starting from innovation management. So the package of services for innovation management are somehow the flagship of the services. Then we offer investment readiness consulting. This means that we are supporting companies in getting prepared for a private investor. This is also increasingly interesting for Romanian companies. As well, we are looking at EU funding, but EU funding that companies would like to apply for directly in Brussels at the European Commission, programs like Horizon Europe or European Innovation Council, as well innovation-related EU funding. Also, there are a couple of services that are supposed to be directed and targeted for public administration and even universities, mainly from strategy to portfolio. This is one service, and it's mostly for public administration when you need to structure and define your strategy for the city, for the town, and then to develop a portfolio of projects and also find the right funding for that portfolio. So it's the entire chain of thought that you need to use in order to make authentic development. Last but not least, my intention is to support with Luminspino complex partnerships. That's why one service it's called developing complex initiatives. There are many times large projects that need to be built around large partnerships, very diverse partners, public, private, coming from different environments. They need to sit at the same table. They need to share the same logic. They need to share common interests and decide who is responsible for different aspects of the project. So all this type of instruments and tools that makes more complex development possible.
Excellent. I'm sure you will help many Romanians, and not only, you will help a lot of entrepreneurs to get in order and to be successful in their businesses by doing that, by helping them. And how I know you for sure with your professionalism and your knowledge, for sure you will be there for them at any step in the process.
Yes, this is my commitment and my promise. And well, thank you so much for the trust. Thank you.
It's about our how we work together, so that's why I'm saying only the truth, nothing commercial or marketing here. And a short advice for the young entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs generally, if you want to give.
Yeah, this is a very tricky this is a very tricky thing. Well, it's always it's a temptation to give advices, to give advices. We are very good at giving advices. That's a that's a human characteristic.
Yes.
By all means, if it comes to advices, I would say the following thing. Entrepreneurship really starts before getting any job. I mean, it starts from education, it starts from school and high school. And from that moment on, a young person should really consider, will I be part, is my choice to be part of a larger organization? And if yes, for how long? Is my choice to start on my own? If so, is this something that I see myself to do on the long run? What I mean is that large organizations, either if they are corporations, either they are universities or public administrations, they tend to be places where people spend a lot of time, from a lot of time from their professional life. I also spent a lot of time in a single organization, which is really good. But in my case, I would have been happy if somebody at the beginning of my career asked me, how do you see your future? Do you see it more like in a traditional organization and on a long run, or do you see yourself more in an unpredictable environment, but by far more creative and challenging? Both scenarios are fine, but my advice for young entrepreneurs would be make yourself open to as many options as possible and then decide.
Very, very beautiful. Thank you very much for your time. I know that you have a very busy agenda. Thank you for sharing precious information with us, and wish you success in everything you do, and waiting to hear soon of Luminspino success story.
Thank you. Yes, this is my hope that it's going to happen soon, and I'm working on it intensively. When we are our own boss, we work more than before, but this is good.
I know.
Bogdana, thank you so much for this opportunity, and keep doing this, because I think it's vital for us to see as many stories like this, stories of reinventation, stories of innovation, actually, and stories of courage.
Exactly. I promise that I will do it. Thank you very much, Luca.